I would love to be a good competitor, right? I actually would like to be a good competitor here, and I would love to kick this one off to Richie first because they're on the winning streak, right? I think we know who the Patriots are, but Jets fans are feeling probably the highest they're going to feel all season. So let's give Richie the floor first.
Whoa. We're going to feel the highest we ever felt all season on Friday morning.
After this game.
On Victory Friday. Victory Monday was dope, Jets fans. Can you imagine what Victory Friday is going to be? Like, we got a whole weekend to celebrate, bro. We got a whole weekend. It's like Monday. It's like Victory Monday. Then it's the start of the week. Victory Friday. That's going to feel masterful. Remember, TD, you guys played the Ravens a few weeks ago? You could have had Victory Friday. Yeah, nice try. Listen, man, this is going to be fun. You know, fluky things happen. And it's simple as this, bro. I'm just going to start off my preview with this. The Miami Dolphins beat the Bills.
That's right. Real team.
Anything can happen. If the Dolphins can beat the Bills, the Jets can beat the Pats. That's my analysis.
Don't do that.
Hey, Richie, let me feed your delusion even more.
Oh, Lord.
And so the Browns beat the Packers.
Hey,
listen.
Fluky stuff happened. And the Patriots, I think they're due. They've won 7 in a row. They're playing great football. They're due for a stinker. And if the Patriots go out there and put a stinker tomorrow, it's not going to hurt them like at all. So getting into the game, though.
Is this rivalry?
Yeah.
Patriots wearing their jerseys, yeah.
Patriots debuting their brand new uniforms. All jokes aside, it's going to be a tough game for the Jets for obvious reasons. Garrett Wilson's not playing in this one. We're going to be relying on Breece Hall, and that's our offense. The Patriots are excellent against the run this year, so the Jets are going to have to get creative and be aggressive with Breece Hall on offense. Run it through him. Don't just rely on Breece on the ground. Use him as a weapon. And this is going to be A.D. Mitchell's Jets debut. No Garrett Wilson. That's what you got. A.D. Mitchell, you're going to go out there, make some plays, or what? Because the Patriots defense, they do give up some yards with their wide receivers, but we got Justin Fields. And Justin Fields, I mean, he once every 4 games, he has a good game. So the question is Justin Fields going to have the good game in this one, or is he going to have one of those stinkers? It's just you roll the dice. It's like a 25% chance Justin Fields has a good game. So we got to see that. But the matchups that I'm really looking at in this game is really the Jets' defensive front against the New England Patriots offensive line. Drake May is on a tear right now. And, you know, their offensive line is young. They're still trying to find their rhythm. Will McDonald is coming off a 4-sack performance. The Jets team had 6 total sacks. The Patriots offensive line has given up the second most pressures in the entire NFL. Drake May has done a really good job of being able to not let that hurt him and still being able to be productive. But that's a big key for the Jets, is being able to get to Drake May early and not get beat over the top. The Patriots offense is really good at vertical, pushing the ball down the field. They're not afraid to be aggressive. So it's going to be up to the Jets to keep everything in front of them and, of course, try to get to the quarterback in Drake May. Now they got a rookie running back who's got some confidence coming off 2 big-time explosive touchdown runs. Matt Collins is getting involved. Stephon Diggs they got a lot of people that are humming right now. So I think the Jets got to stay disciplined to their brand of football, the way they've been winning these last few weeks in 2 different ways. Special teams is a unique way, man. The Jets have had back-to-back Special Teams Player of the Week awards going to Isaiah Williams, our punt returner, and Kene Nwangu, our kick returner. Could they get some, not just touchdowns, but help them out field position-wise? And special teams is an underrated asset, and the Jets have one of the best special teams units in the entire NFL. I know that's not flashy. No one really cares about that, but you can win games on special teams. The Jets proved that on Sunday. And I think the last thing I'll say is this is one of those games that the Jets are really going to show us what they're made of on primetime. First time we're seeing this Aaron Glenn versus Mike Vrabel rivalry. You know, first time ever seeing the Jets Patriots in this new era. And I think that the Jets are going to have to play discipline and smart football, because if they beat themselves in this game, it's going to be a long one. But if they can start fast, it'll be a competitive game. But I'll say this. If this offense goes out there and stinks it up in the first and second quarter, it's going to be a long game, because we're not going to be able to dig ourselves out of a hole on the road. The Jets got to start fast, more importantly on offense. Breece Hall has 4 touchdowns the last 2 games, but all of them has came in the fourth quarter. We need him to play good football all 4 quarters, not just in the last second of the game. We need them to start playing good early, not just in the second half. So it's going to be tough for the New York Jets to pull it off, but I believe, baby, because we're hot right now, going up against a hotter team. Why not us? Why not us? And this is my prediction. Justin Fields does not look good. Drake May looks great, but the Jets just find a way to win, because that's the formula now. We don't care about no stats. We care about dubs, baby.
And so
we
does
don't care about
Fields.
no stat. We care about dubs. I don't care how you win. Figure out a way, even if it's ugly and nasty.
So does Fields throw for over 75 yards?
He having 12
tomorrow night.
Fields is gonna throw for 101. 101 passing yards.
101. That's why 101.
You know what I mean?
101.
People don't realize that is shooting for the stars. That
And
definitely is shooting for the
101
stars.
passing yards, but 69 rushing yards. Justin Fields breaks one on the ground.
Oh my God.
Rushing yards.
Good God. All right, Colby. Talk to me.
I'm looking at this injury report, and I think that's something that is going to play a huge factor. Now, we haven't seen the Jets come out today, but I do know that at least the Patriots did, and several players are listed as out. Ramondre Stevenson, he was a limited participant this week, but he's still going to be out with the toe injury. Kayshon Boutte, he's going to be out with the hamstring injury. Austin Hooper, he's in with a concussion. He's out. And then Christian Ellis, the linebacker, he's also going to be out. But for the New York Jets, it does sound like you guys will also more than likely have a few guys out. Obviously, Garrett Wilson not playing in this game. Azareye'h Thomas didn't practice because he's dealing with a concussion. Sounds like it's more likely than not he's probably not going to play.
Yeah,
and
he's already ruled out.
He's already ruled out. So Azareye'h Thomas also isn't playing, given the fact that you traded, Quinnen Williams and Sauce Gardner last week. That's another massive loss for you on that defense, especially in that secondary. Harrison Phillips dealing with a foot injury. He didn't practice yesterday. Richie's he expected to play?
He was in a walking boot, so we don't know.
No, he didn't play.
On a short week. So likely he's probably not going to play too. And so a lot of those coming on the defensive side of the football, and your biggest playmaker that I think really could have been a major factor for you guys in Garrett Wilson is also not playing in this game. And look, the vibes are so high in New England, and it's not even just the winning. Like we've seen this in the offseason. We saw this even in the beginning of the season when they were losing, and it's just getting better and better. There were two stories that came out just a couple of days ago about where just kind of this Patriots mindset is. And Mike Vrabel said that he offered to cut a Thursday meeting down by 25 minutes to give players more time in the morning to rest. The team leadership said, no, we're not doing that. They said, and I quote, we were all like, no, that's an important meeting. The leader said, that's an important meeting that we need the mental performance. We like the questions and all of that. And then Drake May said that Vrabel offered to move practice inside because of how cold it was. And Drake May and the rest of the players declined to do that. It was a very cold day in Foxborough. And they said, no, that's not what we're doing. This is Foxborough football. This is New England football. We're practicing outside. And that's just the mentality that Mike Vrabel has built up with this New England Patriots team. And so when I look at this matchup, I think the Patriots do stack up really, really well. And I do want to say this is that I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to tell you this is a guaranteed win for the Patriots. I'm not going to say, oh, this is just an extra bye week. I'm not going to be arrogant like that because upsets do happen. And this is football. And this is an in-division game. And anything can happen. But guess what? That's the same thing the Patriots are saying. This entire week, Mike Vrabel's saying the same thing. Patriots players are saying the same thing. They said, this is an in-division game. It's a short week. It doesn't matter the opponent. This is NFL football. And you can get caught lacking if you get yourself in that mentality. And so hearing the fact that the team understands these things, I think is very, very valuable. But you look at Justin Fields, he is a terrible, terrible passing quarterback. He's one of the worst quarterbacks in the National Football League right now. Bro can barely get to 100 passing yards. That's where the Patriots have kind of struggled. Now, the defense is top 10 in preventing points, so they'll allow you to kind of pad the stat sheet there, but then not allow you to score points. I think that's the most important thing. But they kind of struggle now and then in the passing game, which is why I said if Garrett Wilson was here, Garrett Wilson, in my opinion, is probably going for a touchdown. He's probably going for 100+ yards. But outside of him, who do you really have? The identity for the New York Jets offense is running the football. It's Justin Fields running. It's Braylon Allen. It's Breece Hall. That's how they open up the play action game, and that's how they open up the overall passing game. But you're playing a New England Patriots team that is one of the best run defenses in the NFL. You are playing a Patriots defense that their whole identity is taking away your rushing attack and forcing you to beat them through the air. And that just sounds like a thing of beauty for me against this Jets offense. Forcing without Garrett Wilson, Justin Fields to beat you through the air, to me, sounds like a beautiful game plan. I mean, the Patriots this past week against Tampa was their first time this season they allowed a running back to go for 50 or more yards on them, and he went for 53 yards. Patriots have been extremely, extremely dominant against the run. And so when I look at this Patriots offense and Drake May, I think it's a situation where there is going to be opportunities to pass the football. Keep in mind, yes, this Jets defense is getting better, but you've also lost a lot of pieces over the last, week and a half, 2 weeks. Drake May played three of the best defenses in the NFL over the last 3 weeks and put up over 25 points in those games. I mean, look at this past week. What Todd Bowles is able to do, and you guys talked about this in the preview, what Todd Bowles is able to do from a coaching standpoint shows you one look pre-snap, a completely different look post-snap, and his game is all about confusing quarterbacks. I mean, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are one of the best defenses at not allowing splash plays or anything over the top. Patriots had a 72-yarder to Kyle Williams, a 69-yard run by Travion Henderson. They had a 55-yard run by Travion Henderson, a 54-yard catch by Mac Hollins. Not to mention the fact that Tampa also has a top 10 run defending unit, and Travion Henderson did all of those things. Cleveland, who they played 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago, the number one defense in the league. Atlanta, a top 3 unit. So even when the Patriots offense is playing these premier units, they're still playing very, very well. And I think there'll be opportunities for them to run the football. I think there'll be opportunities for them to pass the football. And at the end of the day, this comes down to, like every football game, who do you trust to score more points? And I just think that this is going to be a game where the Patriots can easily get to 30 points if need be. I just don't trust that given the opponent, given the strengths and weaknesses of the Jets and the Patriots, I just don't think that the Jets are going to be able to score enough points. I think this game could be closer than people think. It's a short week for both teams, but the Jets also have to travel. I think it's not going to be the prettiest thing, but I think the Patriots get this win.
Wow. Oh, well, let me tell you what, Richie. I just took the liberty of looking at your receiving room. Not really that I think that it would have been much better if Garrett Wilson was healthy, especially since Justin Fields just refused to throw the football. And for the most part, I mean, we have guys like, here, bear with me. Of course, A.D. Mitchell. But, we
debut coming up.
Arian Smith. We have a guy named Tyler Johnson. Okay. And we have Isaiah Williams, wide receiver out of the slot. Maybe A.D. Mitchell ends up getting a couple of snaps here and there. Then you ultimately end up going up against the Patriots run defense, which I think the best running back against them all season has put up like 50 yards. So let me just add real quick, Dan, who's going to lead this team in receiving yards tomorrow night?
Mason Taylor.
Who's
Mason Taylor.
Yep, I agree with
Mason Taylor,
rookie tight end.
Stud. Patriots struggle against tight ends.
And he's a stud.
An X factor. We have Fields throwing for 75. Mason Taylor 40 yards.
He's going to be 75.
Wild, man.
Fields is so bad that he's going to throw for 80 and he's going to have a 90-yard receiver on the roster. Don't know how he's going to get the yards.
Yeah. Somehow we'll see like some flea.
Let me just remind you guys that Justin Fields has, this is actually crazy. I'm looking at his numbers this season. So it's either this. There's no in between. This is actually mind-blowing. So it's either he gets 54 passing yards or less, or he doesn't pass less than 218 yards. So there's no in between. It's either he has a game where he gets 200 plus, or he has a game of 50 or less. There's no in the middle. So he has 4 games with 218 passing yards, 226 passing yards, 283 passing yards, 244 passing yards. And then he has the other 4 games, 27 passing yards, 45 passing yards, 46 passing yards, 54. So that's what I'm saying, bro. It's like you don't know which version you're getting. He's the king of inconsistency.
He's the king of inconsistency indeed. So you would really need to get the run game going against it. Top 3 run defense in the NFL. Either that or just have Justin Fields just be like a pocket passer and a dude that can slice and dice up a quality secondary as well. You would really need to have to dominate the turnover battle. Like you would need Will McDonald to like punch it out. You would need to generate as many fumbles as humanly possible.
Jets have gotten 1 turnover defensively all season, by the way.
Yeah.
First interception tomorrow night.
So really going out of character here. Good God, man.
Will McDonald, man, gonna eat.
So I think it's gonna be bad. Yeah, I think it's gonna be bad, man. I'm gonna go Patriots 28-6.
6 points.
28-6 points. Yeah, I'm going 28-6. Yeah.
They're being generous.
Dude, the Jets are what? You guys are ranked 26th in points scored and 24th in points allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was, we were 0-7. How about
we were
Give me the stats the last 2 weeks, though. Where are we ranked?
So I think based off of the clock and why I'm only giving the Patriots 28 points is that based off of the conditions, I have a feeling that they're going to want to really speed this game up.
Yeah.
So I think that they're going to really try and chew the clock as much as humanly possible. Like give Henderson a lot of opportunities, like long, sustained drives. So, yeah, that's me.
On Sunday morning at 9:30 a.m. So if you're looking to watch a real team compete, turn your TV on early Sunday morning so you can watch the Miami Dolphins beat up on the Washington Commanders. This one is simple for me. The Commanders are a struggling team this season, and things just keep getting worse for them. They are a battered team. Without their star quarterback, Jaden Daniels, and many of his weapons, Terry McLaurin and others also in the trenches, this team is just beat up all over the place. The Dolphins are actually getting a little bit more healthy. I believe Aaron Brewer just opened up. He's back to practice. Not sure if he'll play, but Chop Robinson just cleared protocol, so he'll be back. And we're coming off of a high, beating a competitive team, not that good of a team, but an impressive win by the Miami Dolphins, against one of the, wild card worthy type teams. And the Dolphins dominated. Because we've come to form, we've gotten to our true form of who we really could be when we execute every week. And I think the Dolphins are going to pick up where they left off and continue to execute. Tua's going to take strikes to Waddle deep throughout this game. You're going to have A-Chain running all over the place. And this defense, above all, is woke up. This defense is playing very good football now. So the Dolphins are the better team at this point of the season. And I have the Miami Dolphins in Madrid winning the game. I'm going to go with about 35-17. That's about right.
35-17, huh?
Yes, sir. Dan, what you got on the game?
35-17. The Washington Commanders stank, dude. Yeah. They stank. Man, they are awful defensively. No Scary Terry. And so although that I heard he's still taking the trip to Spain, but he's not playing, which is hysterical. Same thing with no Jaden Daniels. This team is just a shell of itself. I actually have Miami winning this one. I think that they got super lucky with a very favorable matchup, especially riding off of this Buffalo Bills win. So I'll take the Dolphins on this. I think that they actually score close to 30 points again. That's how bad this Washington Commanders defense is. For the past couple of weeks, they've been right in line with the Cincinnati Bengals. It's real bad. So I will get the Miami Dolphins 30-17.
Wow.
Yeah, about right. Close enough. Richie, would you like to go ahead and hate?
I'm not hating. I'm just respecting one of the better backup quarterbacks in the NFL, Mr. Marcus Mariota.
Oh, my God.
Don't sleep on Mariota magic now.
Oh.
I mean, you saw what he did back in Oregon. You know what I mean? Yo, second overall pick for a reason back in the day. And this is his time to go out there in Madrid because he's got family over there. Don't forget. So I'm just kidding. He doesn't have no family over there. But all jokes aside, man, the Commanders are playing for something. And I trust Dan Quinn, Cliff Kingsbury, their coaching staff to get the job done. The Miami Dolphins just had a fluke last week. Now they're fooling everybody. Now they're just allowing guys like TD to drink the Kool-Aid. We're back. I mean, bro, Tua and Waddle and A-Chain, is that the core that you are just going to build
Paul, Jack Jones,
Patrick Paul,
Juju Brents.
Yeah,
we got some guys, Richie. Chop Robinson, Kenneth Grant. Yeah,
Grant, how's he doing?
Yeah, we got some guys, Richie. Don't sleep on us. That's right.
Oh, sorry. Call me sleeping there for a sec. But yeah, that's your core. That's why you are 3-7. Thank you for reminding us exactly why you're 3-7 for listing the core guys. But all jokes aside, man, even if they win this game, it's going to bring them to 4-7, and it's going to, hopefully allow Ross and the ownership to really understand that McDaniel is the guy for the future. Because that's really what's going to happen, man. I got the Miami Dolphins winning this game because of how bad Washington is. They're going to finish the season like 7-10, maybe 8-9, and we're going to run it back with McDaniel. And the next year, it's going to be the same thing, and the cycle continues. Because I'm going to say this about the Miami Dolphins, and TD knows I'm right. The Miami Dolphins, as an organization, is everything TD hates about the NFL. Not just quarterbacks that are good enough not to be good enough, but the Miami Dolphins are an organization and a team that are defined by good enough not to be good enough. So good luck as you continue your state of purgatory.
Hater.
Now that was a fact. That's not hate. That's just truth.
Not a fact.
That's
We're
definition.
not good enough to be good enough now, but we will be next year. How about
That's
that?
hope. That there's no facts behind that because all you've been under McDaniel is good enough not to be good enough. That's all you will be. We know what the cap is. There's nothing above what you've been.
Better than the Jets.
That's why I'd rather rip the organization to its bones and retool rather than be what the Dolphins are. Be stuck with a trash quarterback. Jets ain't stuck with Fields. He may be trash, but we ain't stuck with him.
I wouldn't be so sure.
We ain't stuck with him. You stuck with Tua.
Kobe, give me your take, man. I'm done with this hater.
Look, Miami's going to win this game. And when I say this isn't hate, but you're getting wins. You're going to get this win. And that's really all that matters at the end of the day is stringing together wins in the National Football League. But I don't think that this should be a game where Dolphins fans, you win this one and you leave saying, we're on a roll. We're building up to something. We're back. It's like, well, no, you're winning this game because the other team is banged up. And yes, you're getting into the win column, but let's see what you do moving forward. This is not the type of game where you really take anything away from the Miami Dolphins. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, hey, use this as a get-right game. Try some new things, build the confidence in your team, and hopefully you can take that moving forward. But just listing some of the injuries that, Washington's dealing with, they're not a bad team. They're a very well-coached team, but they're playing preseason football every single week because of just how banged up they are. Jaden Daniels out in this game. Terry McLaurin out in this game. Treylon Burks out in this game. Noah Brown on IR. Luke McCaffrey on IR. Austin Eckler on IR. Aaron Payne, he's suspended in this game. You have Marshawn Lattimore on IR. The rookie cornerback, Trey Amos, he's on IR. Dorian Armstrong, he's on IR. Dietrich Wise on IR. Like, they are unbelievably beat up with some of their most important players. And honestly, if Miami can't get this one, we're going to come back saying, wow, maybe you guys should have had a fire sale at the trade deadline. But at the end of the day, I do think you guys are going to win this game. I think you're going to win it by multiple possessions. And it's kind of just for you guys, in my mind, it's not about week 11 for Miami. It's week 12 already.
Short and sweet, man. That's the Dolphins deserve that. Shout out to Colby. Great analysis.
Damn. We got Glenn in the building. Glenn, what up?
Hello, y'all. How y'all doing?
Great.
Better now that you're here.
I got something for Kobe, and then a 2-3. Kobe, only thing I would worry about Pats is Drake is taking a lot of sacks.
Yeah.
And as a quarterback, you start taking a lot of sacks, there's a good chance you don't get hurt.
Yeah.
I don't wish that upon nobody. No. But if they don't stop protecting him, it's just a chance. The more times you get sacked, you don't get hurt. That's what I would worry about there. Now, here's something. I don't tell y'all something that the other three. Richie, he already started his thing, and he rebuilt. Dan, Miami's going to rebuild and stuff, and they don't need to retool. But see, Dan don't know this either, but the Buffalo don't need to retool. They need to rebuild. Because if they try to retool, they don't end up like the New Orleans Saints without the Super Bowl. They don't be in cap hell for 7, 8, 9 years. They need to take these players, let them go, and rebuild through the draft. And yes, everybody don't say, oh, no. They need to rebuild this Buffalo team. Now, the last thing I don't say is, hey, y'all Jets fans and Miami fans, y'all need to get some tickets bought and come up here to the New York game.
Come on with it.
Let's go, Glenn.
I know you're scared. Miami, it's cold. Buy you a heating jacket. New York Jets, we don't want to watch no more team lose. Well, you've been watching that for all your life. Who cares? But I will be.
We're excited for you to be there, Glenn. We really, really are. Thank you, TD. Say it, TD. Say it.
Thank you, Glenn.
For the call, Glenn.
Thank you for the call, Glenn. We appreciate that, man.
That was a good call, Glenn.
As far as for the Bills, right? Like, I feel like we have a lot of really good young pieces. We have guys that are young right in their contracts. For me, like a dream off season would be to go out and like revisit the Waddle conversation. If not, like Addison, maybe JMO from Detroit perhaps would be interesting, or a sleeper pick, Alec Pierce from Indy would also be interesting. And then I would also like for us to target like Malachi Lemon out of USC, like just really dive into the receiver room, because really everything else is fine. Like maybe our linebacker room's aging. So, I mean, I would like to target a couple of things in the draft. I'd probably say retool. I'm not on the verge of a full-on rebuild yet.
Yeah. So, Dan, as for the Patriots, I would say they definitely do need to get better. I mean, Drake May especially needs to get better with the sacks. Now, it's kind of a catch-22 just because he was turning the football over a lot last year. And so now it's kind of a situation where it's like, the pressure's on you. There's nowhere to go. Just go down, just take the sack and live to see another down rather than forcing something and turning the football over. And so some of the sacks are on the offensive line. Some of the sacks are on Drake May just running into guys. And so there's definitely things that need to be fixed. I don't think there's something that will be fixed this year. I think it's you go into the offseason, you retool, you retrain, and you kind of figure that out for 2026. But at the end of the day, like Drake May is he's the best deep ball thrower in the NFL. That's not an opinion. That's backed up by stats. Drake May is actually on trend to be the best deep ball thrower since like 1970. And so when you get put in a 3rd and 14 or a 2nd and 20, you know that Drake May can easily get you out of that situation. And so, yes, you don't want to be in those situations, but if you are, he's not turning the football over. You know he can get you out of those situations. It's like, how much do you really want to tweak with it? That was all.
Damn. Well, I'm excited to be at the NFL draft this year.
Excited to be at the NFL draft this year.
Me
Rich is gonna
too,
be making
guys.
all the picks, man.
Don't mind me. I am just booking our company retreat, our bonding retreat right now.
LaSalle, talk to us, man. What's going on, brother?
Say this to all the Patriot fans that were talking shit. You guys are sounding a lot like the Bills last week. A lot like the Bills.
Yeah, let them know, LaSalle.
I don't know if you're gonna win. I just want a competitive game, a competitive ass game. That's all I want. But I'm hearing a lot of shit, like how the Bills were when they faced the Miami Dolphins, and what happened in that game. You have no control over what happens in the game. But
The Dolphins.
But at the end of the day, you guys better not be cocky. You guys better not be cocky because I believe in Aaron Glenn coaching up this team.
All right, TD.
Just you're trying to sound overly cocky, and that doesn't work out well in the NFL.
I agree, LaSalle. Listen, man.
I don't know when the Patriots fans are cocky. Right?
But I was disrespectful, LaSalle. Why would you compare the Buffalo Bills to a superior team in the New England Patriots?
Thank you for the call.
Thank you for the call, LaSalle.
Thank you for the call, LaSalle. There you go, TD.
You got to be nicer. All right.
But I mean, look, I don't think Patriots fans are getting cocky, in my opinion, based off at least what I see from my audience. Where Patriots fans go off on people and they start trolling is when it's people that are like, Jets fans like, oh yeah, Drake May's turned the football over 4 times, even though you gotten 1 turnover all season. We're definitely going to win this game. Watch your back. And then it's like they blow them out. Then we're trolling back. Then we're talking because you're purposely disrespecting our team and not giving us credit where it's due. That's when Patriots fans come out of the woodworks and they start chirping.
Yeah. Well, you know what, folks? Final game that we need to recap preview is the Buffalo Bills and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Ah, shoot, man.
He's got this one.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man, are rolling in to Highmark Stadium. The Buffalo Bills get a much-needed home game back in Highmark, where we play quality football for the most part, unless you're the New England Patriots. But I got to tell you what, man. I think that this is a game where Buffalo ultimately ends up winning and matching up well against. It's just how this Bills team has been for the past couple of games by itself. We drop games where we shouldn't particularly drop, like the Atlanta Falcons and most recently the Miami Dolphins. But for some odd reason, like we all like to convince ourselves that all of these professional athletes don't sleep on opponents and they take everything seriously. That's not the case. It's really, really not. For some reason, when you watch Buffalo play, the better the opponent, the more efficient they look all across the board. So right now, I look at this Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense, and they are a far cry of what they were at the beginning of the season. Unfortunately, that has to do with injuries. Both Bucky Irving and Chris Godwin, per Todd Bowles, doesn't have a lot of confidence that either of them are going to be playing, although I saw Bucky Irving practicing today. Sounds like, at least based off of early press conferences, that they are going to go for their now, I think, 5th week in a row without them. As far as efficiency, they went from a top 10 offense, but the second they ended up losing out on Mike Evans, Godwin, and Bucky Irving, they've fallen all the way down to about 25th. When I look at how to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, specifically how I would like this defense to react is blitz Baker Mayfield. He is awful when you blitz him as far as completion percentage. That, I think, is a way to really speed up that rhythm. Love the Buffalo Bills defensive line versus their offensive line as well. Make sure you finish your tackles because Baker Mayfield is very good at avoiding sacks. And just do whatever you can to make sure you're running as much man coverage as humanly possible. Maybe sometimes you'll see a game script where Sean McDermott's going to want to go on ahead and revert into zone. But Baker Mayfield's efficiency going up against zone defense and going up against man defense, night and day. Like, you're seeing Baker complete close to 65% of his passes in zone. You're seeing him complete about 49% of his passes in man coverage. And I think that we have a lot of favorable matchups. Max Harrison on Emeka Egbuka, I'm completely fine with that. Show what this first rounder is all about. He's got the speed. He had some learning reps last week. Benford should be back against Tez Johnson, who is yet a 7th-round rookie on the outside. You have Taron Johnson off of their slot by itself.
Friend of the program, Tez Johnson.
Friend of the
Tez
podcast.
Johnson, friend of the program, indeed. But for me, that's the strategy for this team. If Bucky Irving is not out there, like, their run game doesn't particularly scare me, right? Just go on ahead and just make your tackles. Just make sure our linebackers are back into it. And again, that's the key for the Buffalo Bills defense. Just run man coverage. We have the speed to ride with Emeka Egbuka. We have the speed to ride with Tez Johnson. We can take that away. Cade Otton is going to be somebody I kind of want to keep an eye out on. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if he was the player of the game. We'll see if Matt Milano can, sort of guard him or sort of cover him. But like, for the most part, I actually feel really confident about this Buffalo Bills defense versus this sprint Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense. As far as the Bills offense is concerned, going up against a Todd Bowles team that is defense head coach. Some of his are more than just anybody in the NFL right now as far as right. But Buffalo needs to do is we need to attack our linebackers. Are pitiful in coverage. The 30s and the 40s grade on PF. They also lead the team in missed tackles. And the Buccaneers are letting up the 3rd most yard catch in the NFL with nearly 100 yards. The 2 wide receivers are pretty damn good at creating yak. That just so happens here. And Keon Coleman. He's a great yak receiver as well. So what I'm going to, Josh, is take the stuff underneath. There's this false narrative going around that nobody's open. People are open. It's underneath, but Josh just doesn't want to take it. You have a team that has a missed tackle problem. You have a team that gives up a lot of yards after the catch. You have 2 linebackers that can get got in coverage. I don't see this being a big game for James Cook. So that's the game plan, man. I like how Buffalo matches up. We are at home. We are a good team at home. I'm going to go Buffalo wins this game 24-18.
Well, we survived Dan Mitchell's Wi-Fi issues on that take, but it's okay.
Oh, was it that bad?
Yeah, it was.
Really?
It was.
So you didn't hear a thing I was saying?
No, we heard you, but it was very like you're in the abyss.
Yeah,
I was
Josh
pissed.
Allen is trash. Josh Allen, trash. That's how it sounds.
Oh, you guys
Well,
could
we
have
know
told
that Josh Allen's got to start checking the ball down, and I agree with that take. TD, your thoughts about this game?
Yeah. Listen, man, I know Bills fans think I'm always trolling them. But y'all about to lose another game.
So you told me on 4th and Forever 2 days ago you thought we were going to win this game.
Yeah, and unless you correct me if I'm wrong, I didn't know the receivers are coming back for are the receivers returning this week
No.
for the Bucks? I thought they cleared one of their guys.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. That's why I was changing my tune. I thought I saw something where the receivers were coming back this week. Then I mean, if Baker don't have his full arsenal, Buffalo will do a good enough job to shut him down. If they were full strength, then I think that they have the number to beat Buffalo right now at this stage of the season. But Buffalo should edge this game out. I'll go with my original take on this. I have the Buffalo Bills beating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the final score is going to be somewhere around 27-24. It's going to be a thriller. It's going to be a fight. They're going to be in the game. The Bills, after a loss, you can rely on them to respond. You can rely on the Bills to respond because this is a well-seasoned team that it's not like they haven't been there. They're going to make sure that they go out and don't make a mockery of themselves right now. Because if the Bills were to lose this game, everybody would know, including Bills Nation, wow, we might not even make the playoffs. Like, this is not good. Which is still a possibility of them beating y'all, but I do have the Bills in this one. I think that the coming off of that embarrassing loss is going to change things. Josh Allen would do a lot more. I watched a little bit of that film of that game. Josh Allen had a lot of, not just take the underneath there, but he had tons of opportunities to run, and he didn't.
He's bailing out of the pocket. He's missing guys. He's saying no to guys. He's not missing guys open. He's staring them down and saying, nah. And something's better out there. Like, that's what he's doing.
Well, I don't think he'll make that mistake again. I think he'll be sound because this isn't a team that you play around with like that because they're fighting for their life too. It's going to be a great game. But yeah, I do have the Bills honestly getting the edge in this one. But man, I'm gonna tell you, man, it can go any way. Any one unnecessary, crazy turnover, unexpected anyway. But I'm gonna rock with the Bills this week on this one. I think that they'll get the W.
Keep flip flop.
So I don't feel confident about the Houston game next Thursday. Don't feel confident about that Houston Texans game at all because that's a really good defense and we don't match up well against that. But I mean, again, and so as long as we dial up the blitzing packages against Baker, we run man coverage, that's the recipe of slowing them down. Richie, thoughts?
Yeah, I think this is the get back game for the Bills. They're at home. You know, that they're dominant at home besides the game against the Patriots, of course. They've been on the road for a while. You know, the Bills are a team that I always respect, and I know everyone likes to pile on them when they lose, but they're a team that history shows that they know how to they have a good resolve. They handle adversity well. They bounce back. They never really let things spiral out of control. And I think that's a testament to Sean McDermott, even though a lot of Bills fans want him gone. But I think that Sean McDermott's going to get this team ready. They're going to get prepared. They're going to learn from their mistakes. And they're going to play with a lot of fire because they understand, like, where the Patriots are at. And, you know, when the Patriots lose tomorrow, they're going to see an opportunity to, you know, even the playing field a little bit. So, you know what I mean?
Original Death fan back at it again.
I mean? You know, they're going to play with extra.
No one knows what you mean.
Yeah, Dan knows right there. When the Patriots lose tomorrow, the Bills are going to play with a different fire because they're going to realize what the division could be ours again. You know what I mean? So
the delusion is crazy.
You know, I'll start off with that, man.
I'm going to pray for you at church,
man. I think that the Buffalo Bills, they're going to take care of business at home. They're going to defend home field. And the Buccaneers, man, they're a good football team. They really are. But I'm taking Buffalo in this one.
And Buffalo Bills to bounce back. What you got, Colbs?
And so, Dan, Dalton Kincaid, not in this game.
No, he's going to miss this one and Houston on Thursday.
This one
with a
and Houston.
hammy.
This one's so difficult for me because both of these teams desperately need this win. I mean, you have Tampa, who's coming off a loss to the Patriots, which is like, okay, that's a good team. That's understandable. But then you have Buffalo, who's coming off of a team that we all just expected that they were going to beat, and they didn't. And so is that going to get Buffalo in a good place, or put Buffalo in a bad place and then gives the momentum to really turn things around? And so I've really been back and forth with this one because I do believe that the recipe for stopping the Buffalo Bills isn't as difficult as people think. And we'll see if Hassan Reddick ultimately ends up playing in this game. Looks like he's not. Last time I checked, he was a non-participant. But if you can get the pressure on Josh Allen and you can force him to turn the football over and you stop James Cook, the Buffalo Bills will not win this game then, because that's the recipe. If you look at every single game that Buffalo has lost this year, whether it was against Miami, whether it was against New England, whether it was against Atlanta, all those teams were able to force Josh Allen to turn the football over and limit James Cook, force Josh Allen to beat you through the air. And so I think if James Cook does have a good game, then yeah, you're going to see the Buffalo Bills win this game. But if James Cook doesn't have a great game and he's shut down and Josh Allen has to win this football team the game, then I do not think they will win this football game. Because the thing about Todd Bowles and this defense for Tampa Bay is that they might not light up the sheet with crazy players, but what makes their defense so good and so scary is what Todd Bowles does. It's from the coaching staff. You know, we said this about the Patriots, and it's going to be the same thing with Buffalo. He's going to show Josh Allen one look pre-snap. It's going to be something different post-snap. And that's going to force Josh Allen to hang on to the football a little bit longer. It's going to force Josh Allen to potentially, you know, throw some really bad passes into some tight windows that he probably shouldn't. And so I'm really struggling with this one. If it was in Tampa, I'd be taking the Buccaneers, but honestly, I think that this is going to be a very close game. I have it within like 2 points in my mind. And so when those cases happen, I tend to take the home team. I don't feel confident about either team winning this game. I don't feel confident about my pick, but I will take Buffalo to ultimately win this one just because of the injuries that Tampa's dealing with. But do not sleep on Emeka Egbuka. That guy is an absolute dog. And Dan, do not sleep on the rushing attack either. Even without, I forget who the name is on the Bucky Irvin, excuse me. Even without him, they have some good running backs that can do some good things. They played a very good run defense against New England. One thing I will say, watch out, because you'll think you'll have those running backs in the backfield, but then they bounce it back to the outside and they'll pick up like 20 yards on you. And so that's definitely something that if I'm a Bills fan, I'm watching out for that. But give me Buffalo in this one, I suppose.
Maybe you think Justin Fields is going to go over 40 yards passing on Thursday night, right? Well, let me tell you what, I have a check sleeper. I'm kind of curious where his line is as far as passing yards are. Maybe you want to be ballsy and take the over. Maybe you want to go over on Drake May's passing yards. Maybe Trevion Henderson finds the end zone 2 more times Thursday night. You can predict all of that on Sleeper, and they will pay you for being right. The best thing is that you can go on ahead and just use the free $20 they give you when you sign up. Links in description, or the $100 or less than that they match 100% of once you sign up as well using our code RTS. This is bar none the best player prop platform on the market today. Got to go check out Sleeper, guys. And let us know in the chat if you've downloaded it already.
So
All
Justin
right?
Fields' line is 134.5 passing yards.
Under.
And he's hit the over on that 4 times this season. Let's not act like
I done played 9 games under.
No, he's played in 8 games. It's 50%. He's got the over. The other 50% of the games, he gets 50 yards or less.
Well, those less games have been more frequent, more recent.
No, against the Browns, an elite defense, and then against the Bengals, the worst defense in the league, put up. And then guess how much you put on the Dolphins, a season high.
That's not saying much.
You'll trash. So I'm taking the over on Fields on Sleeper. All right, let's build a nice parlay for this game. Why don't we? All right. Stephon Diggs does a nice promo. He's going to get more than 41.5 receiving yards. I'm going to get Breece Hall is going to get in the end zone. Anytime touchdown.
They got Matt Collins on there, Rich.
Matt Collins is on there. 34.5 receiving yards.
Take the over. Take the over. Take the over.
Wow.
Taking the over on that.
1 reception.
All right, and we're going to, let's see, taking the less on Drake May because that's too high. Thank you.
What is it on Drake May?
Probably 240.
250. Taking the less.
You're going to have 330 in this one.
Actually a good line.
All right, and now Trevion Henderson is going to go not get a touchdown, And then Mason Taylor is going to get more than 4.5 receptions. Bang. All right. So now that parlay I just built can win you $300 for the free $20 you get. Bang.